Today we're going to talk about some surprising facts about estate planning. I'm estate planning attorney Mike Smith with Smith Barid LLC, and I'm one half of the estate planning guys. So the first surprising fact about estate planning is that if you have a will, your estate will go through a court process called probate when you die. A lot of people think that a will means nothing has to happen special when you pass away, but the reality is that the will is a statement to the court basically of what you want to happen with your estate. So it sets out who you want to take care of things, the executor, and how you want the assets to be distributed from your estate. But until the court appoints the executor through that probate process, no one has any legal power to deal with any of the assets in the estate. And if you have a will or you have no estate planning documents at all, what we call dying intestate, then your estate will go through a probate process when you die. And a lot of people don't understand that, don't know that that court process is a part of will. The second surprising fact about estate planning that you may not believe is that your family will fight over your estate if you don't communicate the plan. We've had countless clients over the years who did not communicate with their families about what their plan was and why they had set things up the way that they had. In some cases, people who'd given away a lot of their assets before they died, and they didn't communicate that to their family. So their family, their beneficiaries, believed that there were a lot of assets left in the estate when they passed away. And we spent years trying to convince, ultimately through the court, had to, basically convince them through a court proceeding that there were no assets in the estate. There were very few assets in the estate, and that they weren't going to get some kind of big payday. So it's important that you communicate with your family about what your plan is, and secondly, that you include in your trust or your will a clause called an Terrorem Clause. I know that sounds really fancy. It's basically a no contest clause, and it says if you contest the provisions of my will or my trust, then you're completely cut out. And that's a great way to disincentivize folks to fight over your estate when you die. The third surprising fact about estate planning that people don't realize is that your spouse cannot just step in and take care of things for you if you don't have the right documents in place. A lot of times people believe that if they become incapacitated, so for example, if they suffer a stroke or have dementia, that their spouse can just pick up and take care of things for them. But that is not, in fact, accurate. Without a power of attorney, no one has the authority, without going through a court process and probate, no one has the legal authority to make decisions about your financial assets. So it's important that you have a power of attorney in place in the event that you become incapacitated so that your spouse will be able to actually take care of things for you. Likewise with healthcare, if you do not have an advance directive or a durable power of attorney for healthcare, as it's called in some states, then your spouse will not be able to make medical decisions for you. Sometimes the doctors will, let the family do that, but legally, if there's a disagreement, your spouse is not in a position to be able to override what the medical professionals are doing. So you want to make sure that you have an advance directive or power of attorney for healthcare that names your spouse to be able to step in and make medical decisions for you if you can't. The fourth surprising fact about estate planning is it's not about the money. That is the primary reason that people come to see us about estate planning. They're worried about how their money is going to be distributed when they pass away. But I'm here to tell you that it's not about the money. Ultimately, it's about putting together a plan so that when it comes time to distribute the assets from your estate, to pass out the money, if you will, your family's not going to fight about that. That's really what the purpose of an estate plan is, to, in an organized fashion, set out, here are the things that I want to happen. Here's what's going to happen when I die. So Johnny's going to get one half and Sally's going to get one half, and Mary, I'm not leaving her anything because her husband is Bill Gates, for example. So if you're interested in learning more about how we help families protect their legacies from probate, predators, and government intrusions, I wrote a free book titled The Ultimate Gift that lays it all out. If you'd like to pick up your free copy of The Ultimate Gift, simply click the link below, give us your address and a credit card for shipping and handling fees, and we'll ship it out to you free of charge. Read The Ultimate Gift so you can learn how to protect your family. Well, it's important to have that plan, and it's important to communicate it to your family so that they understand the reasons behind why you did things the way you did. It's not about the money. It's about having things organized in a fashion that makes it smooth and easy for your family. That's really what estate planning is about. It's a gift to your family to say, hey, I thought enough about you guys that I put things together in an organized way to make it as easy as possible for you, and so that you don't have to fight over things. The fifth surprising fact about estate planning is that 66% of Americans have no plan at all. That is insane crazy. And our mission at Smith Barid is to turn 33 into 95. So through our educational resources like YouTube, webinars, books, etc., we want to educate America about the need for estate planning, and we want to turn that 33% into 95%. So that's been some surprising facts about estate planning. Get in touch. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, then take a moment right now to subscribe by clicking below and turn on the bell notification so you get notified every time we post up a new video. Right now we're posting 3 videos a week with lots of information about various estate planning topics, so you're going to want to make sure to stay on top of that. Click below to subscribe and click right over here to watch the next most relevant video about estate planning. Go watch it now.